You want to know what the other thing that hit record is? It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's company where he like does stuff.
This joke has already failed. You should just give up.
No.
It's really bad, man. Like,
no.
You really butchered that.
No. No.
It's just it's not working
You're
out.
all plebeians. You don't understand my epic humor. You have to have a really high intellect to understand my humor.
No.
It was a Rick and Morty reference.
You're a Rick and Morty reference.
No, you. Well, this podcast is starting off pretty well. I don't know about you, but I think we're going to have a fun time today.
I'm not saying anything because I think all of this is terrible and we should cut it out. So I'm waiting for us to officially... 2!
We don't speak Portuguese here.
Yeah, Andre, get out of here. We don't speak your fake language.
Fake hipster, not American language.
We invented talking first. How dare you copy us? You need to communicate via echolocation.
You're such a hipster for not speaking English.
Yeah. You hipster. But he does speak English, though, so...
Well, he doesn't speak English not on the internet.
So he has to be speaking it, like all the time. What language do you think he thinks in?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Creo que es muy importante para la salud comer las drogas cada día todos los días. I've stumped you.
Eres un droga.
I love you, Mary Jane.
Even Spider-Man doesn't love her.
No, he does. It's just the devil made him not love her.
No, Mary Jane is just his beard.
No, he doesn't want to date Iceman. I told you. Stop pushing for this headcanon.
Because he's a trans guy who's into guys.
No, wait, what?
Yeah. Remember,
what?
you know.
Oh yeah, because Peter Parker is trans.
He can't tie a tie, so he's trans.
Can't tie a tie, so
and he doesn't love Mary Jane, so Mary Jane is just a beard, while he's really into Ned.
And Ned's too busy looking at not porn all day.
Yeah.
Darn it, Ned, pay attention to your Spider-Senpai. And he's like, no, I'm too busy looking at Google Maps. I'm glad, you know what? I'm glad that person came up with the stupid term guy in the chair. Because now I at least have a term for that character trope that I hate. I hate the guy in the chair. It ruins everything. You know what's especially bad?
But what if the guy can't get out of the chair?
Then he's Micro from Punisher.
Then you're you're ableist because you're presuming that the guy in the chair can get out of the chair, unlike Oracle. So you're ableist.
Poor Oracle.
You're a terrible person. You're an ableist piece of cis male trash. So
well, okay, so
we can't be friends anymore.
Oracle I'm fine with because, you know, she kind of invented the guy in the chair trope. At least in terms of comic book heroes.
She invented it herself. Not the writers. The character created it. And then all the other writers in the real world copied her comic book character meta creation.
No, shut up, I'm talking. Did you know one time Batgirl said that she was bragging about how she wrote the security code for Arkham Asylum, and I was like, are you fucking serious? You're actually bragging about that? Hey, I invented this door with no locks on it. Fucking failure.
Fucking nerd.
What a nerd.
I don't associate myself with nerds. Nerds are losers.
And you're too busy being a not loser.
Yeah, precisely.
You spend all your day talking to girls and, like, getting mad laid, bro. I don't know how to talk like this. Can someone help me? Post down in the comments how to talk like a bro.
Well, you say bro a lot. That's the first rule.
Well, we've both said it a lot in the last couple of seconds, so I think we're on our way.
Bro.
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 No way, bro.
Bro, no.
Bro, no. That's such a stupid, awesome catchphrase. I hope that doesn't catch on. Bro, no.
Well, then again, you didn't want the bomb squad to catch on either, so.
I didn't think it would. Like, it's not that I actively discouraged it or didn't want it to. I just didn't know what would happen. I just made a joke.
Well, why did you make the turkey sandwiches video then, if not to criticize those people?
The turkey sandwich video criticizes a lot more than just the bomb squad, folks. You would know that if you actually showed up that day to film it. But instead, no, you were too busy at the dentist. Getting, like your retainer removed or something. You remember that? David? David? Oh my god, I hope he didn't leave again.
No, I'm just taking a nap.
Oh. You're supposed to do that before the podcast, dude. No, before the podcast. Wake up! Wake up, Mr. Freeman. God damn it. Why are you like that? No. Before the podcast. Before. No. Damn you.
It's your fault, though.
You're uninvited.
To what?
What do you think?
I literally have no idea.
You're uninvited to my birthday.
I didn't know you had a birthday. I thought you just spontaneously came into being.
Well, yes, I did, but we celebrate the day that happened.
I didn't think it was a specifically localized event to a certain day. I thought it was more of a gradual process. Like how you very slowly fall asleep and then suddenly you're awake. So the very slow process of falling asleep was your birth. So it's a non-localized atemporal event.
You're a whatever that is that you just said.
No, you.
Bitch. Hey, David. David, look at me.
I can't. We're thousands of miles apart right now.
Bitch.
What?
Okay, someone make an Eric Andre sketch with us now. I'll be the Hannibal Buress.
Who's Eric Andre?
He's a guy.
I thought he was a girl.
No. Are you?
Only one way to find out.
Oh, God. I don't like when you talk like that. It upsets me. Man, it's been 10 whole minutes now, and I think we're just barely getting a little bit started. Like the conversation's actually starting to flow. We're both a little bit off our game today. So what have you been up to, dude? Like, let's have some, like, actual conversation topics instead of just our awkward back and forth where we both pretend to know what to say.
I was talking about I've been reading about relativity for my physics test. So, do you want to know about time dilation and relativistic movement?
No, not at all.
As the ship proceeds from Earth, it emits a flash every 6 seconds. These flashes are received on Earth every 12 minutes. During the hour of going away from Earth, a total of 10 flashes are emitted after the starting gun signal. If the
what
ship
did I
departs
just
from
say?
Earth at noon, clocks aboard the ship read
God
1
damn
o'clock. What time will it be on Earth when this 10th flash reaches Earth? The answer is 10
p.m.
Hope
this podcast isn't going on my channel.
That's a good question. Let me check.
Oh, no. Then I'd have to edit out all the boring parts.
I don't.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm hoping it's not a fifth number.
Okay, this one is 35, so the next one's yours.
Oh, thank God. You get all the crappy ones.
No, I get the good ones.
No.
You don't even create custom thumbnails for yours. Like, I go through all the effort of designing a fun thumbnail where I Photoshop Oprah's face on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's shirtless body from Baywatch, but all you do is that you shove the both of us in front of the backdrop and just call it good. That's lazy.
That's all it takes, man.
Like...
You're overthinking it, brother.
No, you're...
No one wants to see a buff, naked Dwayne "The Rock" Oprah.
Yes, they do. That's why people watch the videos.
No. You're making up a lie.
Okay, audience, help me out. Do videos need thumbnails, or can you just have the same thumbnail for 30 videos in a row, and then instantly people will decide to watch all of them?
Once every month.
But they're still the same thumbnail, and it's lazy.
Lazy is my middle name, sir.
Godzilla Lazy Mendoza?
Yeah.
GLM?
GLM.
What's another good acronym for GLM?
I've always kind of wanted to put together like t-shirts with my logo on them, but I'm worried I might get sued by General Motors.
Generalized linear model. That's what it is. You're a generalized linear model.
What, would you spend all night trying to come up with that one?
No, I just Wikipedia'd it.
Oh.
In statistics, the generalized linear model is a flexible generalization of ordinary linear regression that allows for the response variables that have error distribution models other than a normal distribution. The GLM linearizes linear regression by allowing the linear model to be related to the response variable via a link function and by allowing the magnitude of the variance of each measurement to be a function of its predicted value.
So do you think this actually is, like, entertaining or what? Like...
Audience? What do you think?
You know, so I'm talking...
Did I just break the fourth wall?
Yes. So I've been talking to this girl, right? And, you know, I really like her.
What are you, fucking gay?
What am I, gay? No, but I really like her, and she's great. And I have a great time talking to her. But then she said, hey, I really like your podcast. And then I was like, oh, no. You listen to that? Oh.
So she knows that your secret desire is to become a lesbian.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna send you a trailer that I want you to watch, because it has me confused.
Doesn't everything have you confused?
No, well, not unless I think about it too much, which I tend not to.
It's everything. So
if you just don't look, you're not getting uncomfortable feelings.
Just don't look directly at it. Okay,
yeah.
Let me pull this up right now. Man, I hope it's a Wrinkle in Time trailer.
I want you to watch this trailer and guess who directed it.
Okay. Hopefully it doesn't spoil it before I can guess.
I don't think it does. Now, for context, this is a trailer for The House with a Clock in Its Walls, which is a kids' movie from Universal Pictures and Steven Spielberg.
That sounds like a terrible title.
Amblin Entertainment.
The hell is that title?
Did
I come up with that one?
It's the title of the book that it's based off of. And it's not directed by Steven Spielberg, but it's made by Steven Spielberg's production company.
And now, I want you to guess who directed it.
I want you to guess. It stars Jack Black and Cate Blanchett, and I want you to don't look it up, but watch it and guess who directed this family.
I would if Facebook would load so I could fucking look at the thing.
Just go onto YouTube and look up The House with a Clock in Its Walls.
No, wait, it's almost there. I refuse. I refuse to give in.
Okay, so
pulling up Messenger.
This is a movie about a young orphan who aids his magical uncle in locating a clock with the power to bring about the end of the world. Okay. It's like a, like a supernatural movie for kids about like a haunted house with like a weird clock in the walls and there's monsters and stuff.
Okay, so I just want you to guess watching it. It's working.
So guess who directed it?
All right, I'm watching.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of clocks in this house, but none of them are in the walls so far.
Mm-hmm.
There's this kid who's walking around, and he's like, oh no, I hope there's no Jack Black in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, there's a Jack Black in my house.
Oh no, there's a Cate Blanchett in my house. Ding dong.
Now there's some stuff floating, and there's a galaxy in their house. The house is very old. Well, I could tell by looking at it. There's a robot, I think. Is this a horror movie? This is getting bizarre.
Yeah.
Now they're showing him the thing that Spock looked into on Star Trek.
Yep.
Oh, now a creepy pumpkin monster is gonna eat that small child.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jack Black is a pyromancer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's a Japanese tentacle monster. Look out! Okay. Who directed that? Just from looking at it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It looks almost like a mid-2000s kind of movie. Like it looks like something right out of 2008. Well, is it someone who I would know because of their directorial style, or is it strange because they're not typically considered a director?
Well, he's a director, but it's strange because it's something that he has. It's very different.
Does he normally do like rated R horror movies or something?
Yes. Do you want to guess who it is, or should I just tell you?
Is it?
He's also an actor.
Eli Roth?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome!
So the guy who made Hostel is now making a movie with kids with Jack Black in it.
My brain just started conjuring up Hostel. I was like, oh, that's great.
Isn't that kind of dumb and entertaining? Eli Roth also directed the Death Wish remake that nobody cared about because it came out right at a school as the school shooting happened, and then everyone was like, "Yeah, maybe I'm not gonna watch a movie about that."
What unfortunate timing.
Yeah.
Was Death Wish a movie that we needed to have a remake of?
What do you think?
Well, I think it would have been okay if Bruce Willis grew out the same mustache that the original guy had. Because then he'd look like Super Mario Bruce Willis.
Charlie Bronson?
Yeah. I saw him in Once Upon a Time in the West. And it was really weird because there was a flashback scene to his childhood. And it was like... Looked like it was like a Mexican actor. But then the adult version of him is played by Charles Bronson. And it was like, what? What? How are these the same person? They don't look like the same guy. It's not racist. I was just confused. Why do you keep going quiet? You're ruining this podcast. You're supposed to talk on a podcast, David.
Okie dokie. So here's my follow-up question for you for Eli Roth's The Kids horror movie is, what did you think?
It actually didn't look that bad. I kind of like some of the stuff that I was seeing in it. Like, it actually looked like it was kind of intense and spooky.
Spooky. And it's also got a Japanese cartoon monster in it.
Yeah. You know how much I love those.
Way too much.
Oh, yeah, you know me. Big fan of that stuff.
Yes, just remember, before you ever go into Xavier's room, knock.
Just because I'll have to put the tentacle monster away.
Yeah, I can attest to this personally.
Oh, yeah.
And rather vividly.
Oh, God. So, please stop. You're giving people so much room for fan fiction. There's already a very, very small subset of the fan base that ships us.
If you acknowledge this, then you'll only give them more fodder for it.
This is why we need to hang out with more girls on the show. We need to have, like, a female guest sometime.
I'm open to having a female guest on the Couch Potatoes. She can be our beard.
She can be our double beard. Yeah, she'll just sit in the middle while we argue the whole time. And then, like, she'll get in the way when you try to reach over and strangle me again.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every time we record Couch Potatoes, there's always that little bit of fear that you're going to try and choke me again.
Well, listen. Even if I were gay, I wouldn't date Xavier. Oh. Because he's a ginger.
Oh, now the real prejudice comes out.
And listen,
it's not that he hates gay people, it's just that he hates them with red hair.
Red hair on men is wrong.
Okay.
Only redheaded women are attractive.
Yes, but also...
Like, here's an example.
White people shouldn't have dreadlocks.
Here's an example. Famous redheads. Karen Gillan, Rupert Grint.
Oh, no. Oh, no! There's got to be one handsome, famous redhead guy.
You can't be handsome and a redhead. Those two categories are mutually exclusive.
Conan O'Brien's kind of goofy looking. Everyone thinks T.J. Miller is the most obnoxious human being of all time. And would you shut the fuck up already? Louis C.K. is himself.
Bald and also a diddleman.
He's like if Conan O'Brien and Danny DeVito were fused together via time travel accident. You know? Like they got into the matter transporter or something. It's like Neelix or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what his name was?
No.
What was his name?
I don't remember and I don't care.
It was that Star Trek dude guy who was like two guys fused together and then they murdered him so they could get... Tuvix! Yeah! I was close.
Okay, so here are other famous gingers. Ed Sheeran.
Oh, gross.
Domhnall Gleeson.
Oh, he's alright. I mean, he plays a Nazi, though. Like a space Nazi.
Rupert Grint.
I don't know who that is.
Rupert Grint is Ron from the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, people say I look like him.
Seth Green. So I think we have conclusively.
Well, Seth Green is okay. He's kind of funny.
I'm not homophobic. I just hate redheads.
Okay. So why do you hang out with me?
Well, let's just say that when I reach 40,000 subscribers, I won't need you anymore.
Oh, okay. Once you reach 40,000, you can finally...
I can fire you.
You can, yeah. I'm your ad executive. I make sure people come to your channel.
Yeah. So there you go. That's your answer.
Okay.
What are you doing with your life right now?
I'm just replying to this mean YouTube comment.
Why?
Because he's being very mean. He just wrote a whole paragraph about how he thinks my voice is annoying and says that
well, he's not wrong.
And they like, I guess he was mad because I was being kind of optimistic about the Venom movie, and he thinks that no one should. So they just started yelling at me.
That's kind of dumb, though. I mean, if somebody says your voice is annoying, I understand that. I mean, I have to edit you on the podcast, so, you know.
I could be so mean to you right now, but I'm a better person, so I'm not going to do it.
No, you're not. You're not a better person. You're only a slightly...
I could say something to really hurt your feelings right now, but I'm going to show restraint and not do it.
That's very strange for you, having restraint.
Restraint? Yeah, it's got to be the meds.
Yeah.
So.
Thoughts on Deadpool 2?
I think making Cable the antagonist is a really good idea, actually.
The antagonist?
Yeah, I think having him be the guy Deadpool fights in the movie is a good idea.
So, this makes it so we have two big summer Marvel blockbusters with Josh Brolin
is the
as
bad
the villain.
guy.
I am 100% on board with this. I mean, if it were anybody but Josh Brolin, I wouldn't be okay with it. But it's Josh Brolin, so let's be honest. We don't have too many Josh Brolin movies out there.
Trying to think of any Josh Brolin movies. I think he was wasn't he in Men in Black 3?
Yeah.
What was the title of that? Was it just Men in Black 3?
It was Men in Black 3.
Man, they took way too long to make that one.
You excited for Men in Black with Tessa Thompson? Oh, and, you know, some random Australian guy who was in a superhero movie nobody really cares about.
I really wish everyone would stop talking about Tessa
Chris
Thompson
Hemsworth.
as if though she's like some kind of super famous actress. She was like a nobody and then was like a pretty interesting character in Thor Ragnarok, and everyone's acting like they've been, you know, fans of her forever.
Well, that
it's
was
like
the
the
joke.
same bullshit they did with it was with Benedict Cumberbatch. It's like he shows up out of nowhere in Star Trek, and everyone's like, "Oh, I've been a fan of him for so long."
To be
he was
fair,
so
I
amazing
actually
in
had
Sherlock."
been when that movie came out
Because you actually watched Sherlock, but
like a nerd.
There was all those people who had watched Sherlock like the week before Star Trek came out, and were like, "Oh, I've been a fan of him for generations in my family." And they just start showing like obviously photoshopped pictures of their great grandparents hanging out with Benedict Cumberbatch at a party.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if people did that, so...
Well, anyway, I think Benedict
Tessa
Cumberbatch...
Thompson, I mean, I could see people actually being a fan of her before then because she was in Creed 2 years before that. And if you actually saw that... Because Creed was a semi-big movie.
Oh, that's true.
It was the movie that Ryan Coogler made before Ryan Coogler made that one movie that everybody likes right now.
Wait, he made Creed and Black Panther?
Yeah.
Wow, that guy's got a pretty decent track record.
Well, that's pretty much all he's made.
Creed was like a super critical success, and I guess like monetarily too. But then Black Panther was, you know, like...
He's made 3 movies. He made Fruitvale Station, he made Creed, and now he's made Black Panther.
Wow.
So he hasn't made a bad movie yet, if things are to be believed.
Where to go from here?
The disappointing sequel?
Oh yeah, that's the best.
The disappointing sequel with the bigger than the first one opening weekend, and then the really steep drop in second weekend, because everybody wanted to like it and were fooling themselves over the advertising that they were going to like it, because the advertising was really good, and then it just drops like a rock. So basically, what I'm saying is that he's going to make Matrix Reloaded next.
What if he just makes Avengers: Age of Ultron next?
Then what's he gonna do after that? Finish Justice League 2 after Joss Whedon retires?
No, Joss Whedon and Zack Snyder will be co-directing it, but then they'll both get bored and then leave halfway through, and then he'll come finish it. And then even though they both made a terrible movie, like, kind of individually on both of their own parts, everyone will blame him for it.
So, Tessa Thompson, are you excited for her co-starring with that random Australian guy no one's ever heard of that was in a couple of movies like Thor?
Wait, he's in Men in Black?
The Men in Black remake, the reboot is gonna star
the remake
Tessa
of the
Thompson.
Reboot of the sequel's reboot.
It's gonna be a reboot that's gonna have its own characters. So basically, it's gonna be the Ghostbusters.
Oh God! Now, man, this is such bullshit.
Because Ghostbusters 2016 also starred Chris Hemsworth.
We used to get classy actors like Tommy Lee Jones. You know, a guy who you know had some care for his craft and was like a big name. You know, who was in such amazing movies as Batman Forever. You know, someone whose career really goddamn mattered. Who wasn't in a terrible superhero movie or something. Now all of a sudden you got Thor? Like what the hell, man?
I love how I'm pretty sure Chris Hemsworth must be like a really nice guy who's really fun to be around, because he just keeps starring in movies that just bomb and bomb and bomb. So the only way that he can get work is if he must be really fun to be around.
I bet he's like the nicest guy ever.
Because let's run down his resume outside of the...
We got that Moby Dick remake.
Outside of the Thor movies.
In the heart of the Moby Dick.
He was in...
Starring Tom Holland's young face.
Ghostbusters, 2016.
Oh God, I keep forgetting he was a character in that.
He was in Huntsman 2, Winter's War.
Wasn't he in Huntsman 1?
Yes, Snow White and the Huntsman. He was in Red Dawn, the remake. There's a reason why you don't remember that. He was in Black Hat, you know, the movie about the hacker. He was in Vacation, where he wore a fake penis. He was in the Heart of the Sea, the Moby Dick movie, but without the Moby Dick.
Moby Dick wasn't in it. Right?
Because it was based upon the story that inspired Moby Dick, so it was a lot more realistic than Moby Dick.
Didn't he also like do that like god awful actor thing where he made himself like not eat for several days and got like lost a bajillion pounds so that he could do a... That's so terrible. Do you know like actors have actually like really considerably reduced their lifespans by doing such drastic changes back and forth for their bodies?
Mm-hmm.
Going from being this ultra ripped guy to being a skinny, emaciated, like you know, cardboard man, to being like a fat guy, to being a bulky muscle man again, like over the course of like 3 years. It's so bad for you. Christian Bale is gonna die when he turns 50.
So movies that Chris Hemsworth is gonna be in following Thor Ragnarok is Bad Times at the El Royale. It's Drew Goddard's next movie that he directs. His follow-up to Cabin in the Woods. Set in the 1960s, a cast of characters violently collide as their shady agendas unravel at the El Royale Hotel in California. So it's kind of like a Hateful Eight sort of thing, where a bunch of characters are trapped in like this one area. Shady characters trapped in a certain area. You know, it's a classic thing. You know, like Murder on the Orient Express, Hateful Eight, Bad Times at the El Royale. And it also stars Chris Hemsworth, Jeff Bridges, Dakota Johnson, Russell Crowe.
Can Jeff Bridges and Kurt Russell star in a movie together where they play...
brother and sister?
Yes.
So Drew Goddard is now making another movie for once in his life.
Finally. You know, for a while I think he was gonna write the script for Spider-Man Homecoming.
He was gonna direct Sinister Six.
Oh yeah.
But then that didn't happen.
Yeah. How do you think that would have turned out? Andrew Garfield probably maybe was gonna be in it, fighting the Sinister Sixes, the crazy 88s,
the Sinister Sexes.
Oh no! And Doc Ock's got his tentacles there.
Drew Goddard is also gonna write and direct the X-Force movie.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that movie still gonna happen? Do you think?
If Deadpool 2 does well, then there's gonna be an X-Force, because that's what they're hinting at in the Deadpool 2 trailer. Is like, what are we, some kind of X-Force?
Well, so I have a feeling that.
So I have a feeling that Deadpool 2 is going to dovetail into X-Force.
I was talking about it on the Shoot the Breeze podcast the other day, and I said it was a backdoor pilot.
Basically. So you know what? I'm getting kind of nervous about New Mutants. I mean, I had the Twitter thread about how I still hope it's gonna be good, but it was gonna come out like March this year. It was gonna come out about now. But then it was postponed to February, and now it was postponed to August of next year.
Oh, getting postponed that long is not a great sign.
The only movie that I can think of that really did that, getting postponed that far, but still being good, is Kingsman. Because Kingsman was shot in 2013, and then it came out in 2015.
Well, you know, that one was successful enough that
it was supposed to come out October. Let's see, it was supposed to come out like October or November 2014, and then moved it to 2015, and then moved it to another point in 2015.
But it's still got a sequel and is like a good movie.
Yeah. So it's possible. That's
possible.
But my point is that's the only movie that I can think of that managed to do that.
I don't know. Hey, what other movie got like delayed like a lot and then turned out like garbage recently?
Well, Mad Max got delayed a lot. Mad Max Fury Road.
No. Well, yeah, you know, actually, about that one, they were gonna start filming it in like 2001, but they
also filmed it in 2012.
Yeah, they wanted to in 2001, but it just took so long. It was in development hell.
Yeah, I mean, they also wanted to film it in a desert, but then there was a rainfall and then flowers.
It made this giant. It made their whole set, which was a real desert, become this beautiful wonderland.
And it was like, no, we need this to not look as good.
Damn, we need it to look more post-apocalypse-y. Quick, everyone smoke a little bit more and, like, rev your car engines. Make sure the ozone layer is as holy as possible.
Mm-hmm. So, let's see.
Shove your whole arm through the ozone.
Because I'm just a little bit nervous about New Mutants because reshoots and being pushed back more than a year.
I don't know. I'm concerned because I feel like the Fox Marvel is like in its death throes.
We don't know what's gonna happen.
Because okay, here's why I'm concerned. I'm not saying what I think is gonna happen. I'm saying what I'm worried might happen. Is that X-Men Apocalypse didn't do very well.
It did enough to make money.
It made enough money, but I feel like
it was in the green.
Yeah, but I feel like
here's what I think is gonna happen. Here's what I think
Let me finish talking, you bastard!
Fine.
Okay. It was received very poorly critically.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think the next one will be getting as many return viewers. I think it's the Transformers effect, where even though everyone saw the last one, they were also put off by it and hated it so much that, like, the sequel got greenlit anyway, but they won't see that one.
Get to the point.
And I think Deadpool as a movie series, it has no clear direction and is just like a bunch of one-off random adventures. Like, they have no idea what the story is going to be. And all these other spin-offs, like fucking Doctor Doom and X-Force and New Mutants, all of them are just going to not do very well. And then Fox is just going to be like, alright, I guess we're done. And then
okay, so best case scenario for a New Mutants is that they just have to push it back because of scheduling conflicts with the actors. Like, maybe they just had to wait until the guy from Stranger Things is done shooting his scenes for Stranger Things season 3.
Yeah.
Or the guy from 13 Reasons Why needs to shoot his scenes for 13 Seasons Why season 2.
13 Seasons Why?
13 Reasons Why.
13 Seasons, Reason 13?
Yeah. So, best case scenario is scheduling conflicts. I'm kind of scared that the Marvel's idea or Fox's idea of adding more scares is just adding more jump scares.
Yeah, you know, I feel like horror is kind of a lost art, where it's like no one knows how to build tension or atmosphere anymore. It's just jump scares. Yeah. It's like really, really bad jump scares, where it's like that's the thing, is that I've gotten so used to jump scares that they don't really work on me that much anymore. So I'm always just like I can always tell when one's gonna happen because they telegraph it so hard, you know. They're not even good at making it, like, surprising. It's like they actually are like, here's a jump scare scene, and the tension is just you waiting for the ball to drop on the jump scare, not because,
reasons, let's see, they want to give out more, make it more frightening, like It and Get Out. I don't know about you, but Get Out wasn't that frightening for me.
I didn't see it.
And It is a very jump scare heavy horror movie.
What if you want to get out of it? Or get it out?
Get Out.
I like the idea of this really racist clown, and the movie is called Get It Out.
Dark Phoenix is now being pushed to New Mutants' old release date, which is February 2019.
Oh.
I think that's actually good because it was going to be released in November, and that's actually like a really crowded release date.
Yeah, November didn't used to be like this, like, really, you know, big release month, but like over time it just.
So I'm gonna look up. Here's November this year. X-Men: Dark Phoenix moved. Nutcracker and the Four Realms from Disney. The Grinch from the Minions Company. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Robin Hood. Fantastic Beasts. And then right after that is December with like Mortal Engines, Bumblebee, Alita Battle Angel, Aquaman, Mary Poppins, and Spider-Man.
Good lord.
I mean, December is even more crowded than November because they've got Mortal Engines, Spider-Man, Bumblebee, Alita Battle Angel, Aquaman, and Mary Poppins.
Wait, there's a Mary Poppins movie?
Yeah, with Emily Blunt.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, God. Why?
Why not?
I don't know, man. I just...
Okay, so here's my proposal for what's going to happen to Fox Marvel movies in the future.
What?
Deadpool makes too much money to kill. So,
they have to keep going.
Deadpool cinematic universe Everything else is lumped into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I heard a distant toilet flushing in the background as soon as you said Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It's symbolism.
That was good
metaphor.
Timing. Oh no, because it's going down the toilet.
Yeah. Like you.
Yes.
You're a toilet.
You, sir, are a toilet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really tired today. I'm kind of low energy. I apologize if this podcast is a little bit of a mess.
You're the mess.
You're a mess.
No, you're a mess.
Hey, for the next one, can we live stream it on my channel?
It's an option.
Okay, we just haven't done a live stream one in a really long while.
What do you guys think in the audience, in the comments? Tell us, should we live stream or should we just not bother with that nonsense?
Deal with this bullshit.
Yeah, I have a physics exam tomorrow, so I'm going to study relativity. And the 3 laws of Newtonian motion and elliptical orbits.
Okay.
Do you want to know what the universal constant of gravitation is?
What?
6.67 times 10 to the 11th Newton meters per kilogram squared.
Oh, I knew that.
Newton meters squared per kilogram squared. That is the universal gravitational constant, and you multiply that by the 2 masses divided by the distance between them squared, and you've got the
You're a
gravitational
mass that's
attraction
divided by a distance.
Why?
Why? I don't know. I'm like kind of hoping that you'll like respond with something to fill out the rest of the joke.
You're a ginger, so there's that.
Let's keep it on going. Him and I are now typing passive-aggressive things at each other. Hey, do you know Family Guy is doing a World of Warcraft episode? And I was like,
why? Who cares about Family Guy anymore?
Who cares about World of Warcraft anymore? It's one irrelevant thing doing a special episode about another irrelevant thing.
You know what I really don't like?
What?
Family Guy.
It's one of... I'm sorry. I feel like a big portion of my audience is gonna be upset at me. But I don't hate Family Guy. It's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Like, it's like when you eat a really greasy, disgusting cheeseburger and you know
just don't eat it.
You know you're gonna die from eating it, but you're like, well, it'll fill me up for right now. It's like,
don't eat the terrible burger.
When I'm bored and need entertainment at like 4 a.m. and I'm like scrolling through Hulu and it's like, well, here's another 50 episodes because they kind of crap them out. I could just turn this on and fall asleep to it. Maybe get a couple chuckles in.
I just don't like the humor of Family Guy. It's very mean-spirited.
You know, lately I feel like what's kind of interesting is how the humor is more mean-spirited towards the audience directly.
Mm-hmm.
There were several jokes throughout this recent season where they said something so obscure and like their reference like was like something I'd never even heard of before.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go, "Don't worry, it's about to be the commercial break. You can Google it while we're waiting." And I actually had to Google what the hell that reference was, and it was a pretty funny and clever reference. And I felt mad that they were right that I had to Google it.
The whole "Shut Up, Meg" recurring gag. It's just,
oh my god, you haven't watched it since like the second season. They gave that up real quick.
I know they've given it up, but it's stuck around because of the kind of terrible fan base it's associated.
That's true. That's true.
Mila Kunis still gets told that in the streets.
That's terrible. She does so many other things.
I
She
know.
was that really bitchy evil character on that 70s show.
And she was in Jupiter Ascending.
Make fun of her for that, everyone.
Yeah.
Why do you pick the other thing where she has like 2 lines an episode and they're not even jokes? Pick the one where she was like gonna be in this like Hunger Games bullshit ripoff where she like has sex with a dog man from Jupiter.
Of all the things to say that Jupiter Ascending rips off, it's Hunger Games? What about the plot of Hunger Games has anything to do with the plot of Jupiter Ascending?
I feel like it was just supposed to be in that same kind of vein.
No! This was supposed to be the new Star Wars. Jupiter Ascending was supposed to be the new Star Wars.
They say that every few years about every movie that has a star in it.
But it's literally a space opera with weird sci-fi bullshit. It's not Hunger Games at all. You're just sexist.
My brain comes up with Hunger Games because I just know it's one of those movies that people talk about, but I don't care about.
It's a good movie, though. It's better than Jupiter Ascending.
I mean, well, let's not get crazy now.
Okay, so
So in the past, like, 5 minutes, I've tried to defend Family Guy as having some funny jokes, and then I said Hunger Games was terrible. I'm just, like, full of really bad takes today.
Okay, so you want to know, that brings me up, that brings something up in my mind. So, it's another crappy movie that people should be giving Mila Kunis more shit for being in.
Ted?
No. So recently, I fly back and forth, to this weird foreign land where I'm going to college, and I went on a Delta flight. So sometimes on Delta flights they have like free movies that you can watch or whatever, I don't know. And then I was just looking across the aisle to see what movies, like just looking in front of me to see what movies other people were watching, and there was only one good movie that I saw people watching. There was somebody watching Pretty Woman. There was somebody watching Alien Covenant. There was somebody watching Thor Ragnarok, which is the one good movie. And then there was somebody watching A Bad Mom's Christmas. So the bad movies are the shitty movies that people should be giving Mila Kunis more shit for being in.
Okay. Mila Kunis, she's also going to be in that new spy movie with Kate McKinnon.
The Spy Who Dumped Me?
Yeah.
Kate McKinnon is too good to be in the bad movies she's in. Okay, so I'm going to send you a poster of The Bad Mom's Christmas, and I'm going to ask you, like, is the face that Mila Kunis is making the face of a professional actor acting, or is it just her not giving a shit?
Let's see here. Let's look. I'm gonna pull out my reading glasses. Like this looks like some kind of sitcom from the 90s.
Yeah, it's just her on.
This looks like Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, it's the poster where her and Kristen Bell and whoever the other girl is, basically molesting a mall Santa.
Oh no, that poor mall Santa.
Yeah. Because basically those movies are terrible.
You're terrible.
No, you.
Well, that was a good podcast.
I think we're a little bit premature.
Oh, we always are.
So it's not quite the normal amount of time. So if you stop now... Oh, I think we need to go back. I just remembered. You forgot to talk about something.
What thing?
Deadpool 2. You just said that Josh Brolin was good as a bad guy.
Oh.
Any other thoughts on the Deadpool 2?
I like how violent some of the action scenes look. Like when Deadpool's hand gets shot through, and then he pushes his hand hole over the barrel of the gun, and then twists it around so the guy shoots himself in the head.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
I thought that was super cool because that's how Deadpool fights. And, like, the first movie didn't really do anything like that.
They didn't have the budget, too.
Well, I'm glad they do now. I want it to be almost like The Raid, but the main character is immortal. So
that's the dirty secret of Deadpool 1, is that it had no money. And they spent basically all the money on the freeway scene.
Yeah.
And then they had like $5 million left for that ending scene, so that's why the climax looks so cheap.
It didn't look terrible. I mean, they did good with what they had. It doesn't look
bad, it just looks cheap.
Yeah.
You can tell that they cheaped out with all the stunt moves that Deadpool does, especially compared to the freeway scene.
Yeah, he seems a little bit less acrobatic there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel
Deadpool
like
2, they have the money to actually give him good action scenes, and of course they have David Leitch directing it, and David Leitch is a stuntman who turned into a director.
I feel like
so he's done stunts for. I'm on his big. He's done stunts for The Matrix. He's done stunts for 300. He's done stunts for X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Neat.
He's done stunts for Tron. You know, Jupiter Ascending. Hey.
Oh wow, yeah.
And he was the second unit director on like Captain America: Civil War, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Jurassic World. So he knows how to do action, and I think that. I mean, Tim Miller is more of a visual arts guy than an actual like action guy.
Let me rattle off some quick thoughts about Deadpool 2. All right.
Action's gonna be great.
Action's gonna be great. The little kid that blows everyone up and that Cable has come from the future to kill is probably Kid Apocalypse. Because Evan. Yeah, so Deadpool and the X-Force find this kid who's being groomed to become Apocalypse because he's the reincarnation of him, right? Mm-hmm. After Apocalypse was killed by the X-Men or whatever. And everyone's like, this kid's gonna grow up and become En-Sabah-Nur, the evilest evil guy, and he's gonna blow up the Earth. And Deadpool's like, well, what if we just don't let him be an asshole? Like, let's just be nice to him and, like you know, make him be a good guy? And everyone tries to assassinate him. And then Deadpool's the only one that fights against them, which was like a super cool story. And it looks like they're going for that exact kind of thing.
So it's basically what happened. Babylon. I'm sorry to say this, but JMS did it first.
Yeah,
J. Michael Straczynski did it first because that's the premise of the pilot for like a Babylon 5 continuation show that they pitched called Babylon 5: The Untold Tales, where the techno mages. This is how cool. Babylon 5 is they have actual techno mages who are like cyberpunk wizards, and they go to Captain Sheridan, who's now president of the Interstellar Alliance, and President Sheridan is told, by the way, this one royal prince of the Centauri, the people with the fan hair, is going to destroy your planet. And then he's shown this vision of like giant beams from space destroying Earth, and then he says, hey, look, you and him are gonna go in these fighters, and you're gonna blow him up, and we're gonna make it so that it looks like an accident. And then he basically doesn't do that, and he says, look, I'm gonna adopt you basically, and you're gonna be raised with me and my sexy alien wife, and I'm gonna make you not an asshole.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the plot of that.
Well, basically, what they do is they take,
except with less action,
Kid Apocalypse, and they make him be one of the members of like the school for the gifted youngsmans, and they try to make sure he doesn't become future Apocalypse, and be a badman. So I think that's who that kid's gonna be. I think everyone is like being a little bit hypercritical about the X-Force, because X-Force was never really that interesting or cool. It's just another one of those really dumbass ideas from like the 90s.
Well, hey, it's not going to be as bad as the Rob Liefeld cinematic universe over at Netflix.
And like for the people who are going like, oh, they didn't get Shatterstar right. It's like, are you serious? Of all the fucking characters to get upset about, Shatterstar? Are you serious? Like,
who is Shatterstar?
Shatterstar is kind of like Hawkeye. Like, he has a bow and arrow, I guess, and he has a dumb headpiece. And they cast an Asian actor as him in the movie, so people are like, oh,
so here's my only thing.
Are ruining my Shatterstar. Like, fuck you.
Here's my only complaint.
Fuck you. Okay, anyway, yeah.
So here's my only complaint about Deadpool 2. Well, not my only one, but one of my main ones. T.J. Miller.
Oh, wait, no, I'm confusing Shatterstar with a different Rob Liefeld character. He doesn't have, I was thinking he was Shaft. Because he has
get rid of T.J. Miller, please.
No, he has two swords. He has two swords that come out of the same handle. Because that makes sense. Would you like to see a picture of Shatterstar?
That sounds like... I'm good. I'm good.
No, you need to.
I'm good. So my thing with Deadpool 2 is get rid of T.J. Miller. Just cut him from the movie. Ideally, a perfect Deadpool movie would be one without Ryan Reynolds, but we can't have that.
No, okay. Ryan Reynolds can stay. He just needs to actually have like a better script and stop trying to make up his own jokes. Like he needs to just chill and just like let the writers do their job instead of trying to fix it.
But my experience with David Leitch is that he's not exactly a story director. You can know this personally because you saw Atomic Blonde with me in the theater.
Yeah, I mean.
So do you think he's gonna do that?
I don't know. I feel like Atomic Blonde had some actually like interesting story elements. I feel like it.
So basically,
I did come out of it feeling like it looked better than anything else, though. Like the fight scenes and the way it was shot were really great. But in terms of like the actual, story, not a whole lot stuck with me. But I feel like there was potential there. It wasn't just like a nothing movie. There was.
So basically, this double-bladed sword of yours can be used to slice bread?
Yes. Shatterstar is the world's most talented bread slicer. And he can slice like 6 loaves of bread before they hit the ground if you threw them at him, and that's his mutant ability. And everyone kept saying this will never translate to anything important. But then the bread mutants attacked during the 90s. Rob himself wrote that arc. And they were like, what are we going to do to stop all these bread mutants? And he said, fear not. I've been training my whole life for this. And he cut up all the bread. And he ended world hunger because everyone had enough to make sandwiches for a very long time.
Although, can I say... having Domino, it should have been Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Having Domino, just give her a different fucking haircut. Because it looks so stupid.
Okay, so let me list off some of the people that they were considering. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Lizzie Kaplan, Sienna Miller, Sophia Boutella, Mackenzie Davis, Ruby Rose. Any of those would be good. I wanted Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
I don't mind the actress they got. I just think that her costume looks stupid and half-assed.
Zazie Beetz. That's a good name, though.
Okay, here's how to fix her costume. Give her the correct haircut, and instead of having a white thing around her eye, make it a black one.
So Zazie Beetz...
Just a little black circle around her eye. You don't even have to change her skin color or anything with like makeup or shit. Just a black thing would look better.
Zazie Beetz is a good name, but you gotta admit, it's not as good as Gugu Mbatha-Raw, though.
Gugu Mbatha-Raw is it's the fucking best name.
Gugu.
Hello, I am Gugu.
Just imagine you're married to Gugu Mbatha-Raw, and you're gonna be like, oh hey Gugu, you wanna go to bed with me, Gugu? You wanna have some fun times? It's not sexy.
No, you can't talk dirty to someone named Gugu.
that's
I take you, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, to be my beloved wife with a stupid name. Then she'd be Gugu Mendoza, and that would be even worse.
Yep. So Gugu Mbatha-Raw, she was in Doctor Who. So I'm glad to see her having like a lot of work now, because anybody who is a Doctor Who alum is almost instantly, I'm almost instantly on their side.
Okay.
Like how
Matt
Karen
Smith.
Like how Karen Gillan was in Sony's most profitable movie of 2017. Jumanji.
I forgot that Jumanji movie existed.
It made $900 million worldwide.
That's one of those movies that's like going to be financially successful, but no one's going to remember a thing about it.
It made a profit of $300 million.
That it's financially successful, but no one's going to fucking remember it in 2 years like Avatar.
Like, the most...
What was the main character's name in Avatar? Don't look it up.
Jake Sully.
Damn. Did you watch the Plinkett review a whole bunch of times too?
No.
That's the only thing I remember about that movie is the Plinkett review is great.
So, Gugu Mbatha-Raw was on Doctor Who. Do you want to guess who was on Doctor Who as a guest star?
Who?
The lead character of Rogue One.
Oh, Black Cat from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Precisely, Felicity Jones.
Felicia Hardy-Jones.
Yeah, that was so weird because that was my first introduction to Felicity Jones. It's like Felicia, her character name is so similar to the actor's name, so it was so confusing and weird.
Yeah.
So it's really cool how the new Doctor, like, it used to be a career curse to be on Doctor Who, but the new Doctor Who alums are all doing fairly well. Because
was it
Jenna
just
Coleman,
for the people playing like side characters, or for the doctors themselves?
Matt Smith has a TV gig, and David Tennant has gotten work pretty consistently.
Yeah.
Peter Capaldi has always been in things, so he'll be good.
Yeah.
He was in World War Z.
He was
playing a Who doctor.
You mean the doctor with the leather jacket and the short hair, right?
No. Peter Capaldi, the old man.
Oh, that guy. I'm sorry. Who's the other one then?
Christopher Eccleston was in Thor 2.
He was?
Yes.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
He was the elf.
What?
Yeah, he was a Doctor Who.
Was he Malekith?
Yes.
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god! No one's gonna know that, ever.
So it's but he got a paycheck for it. Do you want to know what else Christopher Eccleston was in?
What?
G.I. Joe.
The Rise of the Cobra Surfer?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I think it's pretty cool that all the Doctor Who alums from the new show have actually managed to have jobs. And also Karen Gillan, Amy Pond's husband in the show, he's gotten work, although it is on the CW, so he's on Legends of Tomorrow. So, you can't all be winners.
I wish Legends of Tomorrow would create a time paradox so everything in the CW DC universe would stop existing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you too.
Like Arrow season 1 was so cool and great, just because it was a character that didn't feel like he was running around murdering dudes, and not everybody in the entire fucking city knew that he was Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then season 2 rolled around and then gave Deathstroke the dumbest motivation of all time and then butchered the hell out of his character, but everyone still pretends like they did a great job. And then season 3 was just so bad that I couldn't even. And so far, based on what I hear from the diehard fans, it just gets worse with every progressive episode.
I've stopped watching after the second season.
And then, you know what? I want to get into The Flash, but, like, I watched, like, 18 straight episodes of that, and all I could think was, this is not how you do a time travel story. This is just confusing, and the rules keep changing, and it doesn't know what the hell it wants to do, and it keeps changing rules around, and it keeps adding dumb bullshit, and it's like, now they're going to alternate universes and time traveling, which would cause, like, so many confusing things, and they keep writing dumb reasons for the same actor who played Reverse Flash to keep showing up even though his character died, even though he was being disguised and was a different character. And then, like, I just wish that show was that show, but, like way draw it back on the time travel and adding the 50 billion other speedster characters. Like, that's the problem with The Flash in general, is that all it does is get confusing with time travel shit, and then add, like, way too many other people who have the same power as the Flash.
But why?
The only interesting thing you can do with Barry Allen's character is make someone who's faster than him, who kicks his ass, and then he goes, oh no, my ass has been kicked by someone super fast. I've got to get faster. And then he gets faster and kicks the other guy's ass. Give us fucking Mirror Master. He's the only one who doesn't run.
What about Gorilla Grodd? Does he run?
No, Gorilla Grodd is a psychic gorilla who controls minds. They put him in the show. He's a big CGI gorilla.
Does he punch people?
Yes. Gorillas are scary. They rip people's arms off.
Can I rip your arm off?
A gorilla has, like, a whole bunch of extra joints in its elbow. So it's, like, way stronger than a normal human.
Did you just misgender the gorilla?
I just said it's.
Yeah, so you misgendered it.
Oh. Like the entire gorilla populace?
Yes.
Oh.
The entire gorilla populace is male.
Well, anyway, I'm quite frightened of gorillas, and I'd never want to fight one.
Gorilla Grodd, though.
Someone do fan art of me having a very hard time fighting a gorilla. That's your drawing prompt.
Do you think anybody's
week.
Listening at this point?
No, everyone's given up. Mm-hmm. All right, goodbye, so all 12 of you.
If you listened all the way to the end, comment.
Comment.
Hello. Let me know.
Comment.
Be sure to rate. Click the little notification bell. Follow me on Twitter. Be sure to contribute to my Patreon if you have some money.
Comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Grindr, Tumblr, everywhere. MySpace. We have one of those too, just so we can try and beat Tom. Yeah, we have a Yahoo page where you can ask questions and then get a response 2 years later.
Dropbox.
We have a forum. We have a Dropbox full of just a lot of very disgusting porn.
But the one thing that we don't have, and we will never have, is a Discord.
Yeah, no Discord. That's evil. Bad. Discord's bad. Okay, bye.